All right, hello band and choir people. Welcome to day one of Reading Rhythm. And so first of all, I need to talk about the very basics. This is for the people who just joined choir, just joined band for their first time, never knew anything about it before. So rhythm. Rhythm is the beats of the music. How does the music line up in time? And previously, in the last little lesson we looked at, we talked about pitch. So that was working on reading our note names going this direction from top to bottom. We read rhythm from left to right in time. So as time is going by, we're reading whatever rhythms are written on the music. Now you're saying, well, I don't know how to do that. That's okay, we'll get there. So our music is broken up into chunks, and we all agree where the beat is. Like we could play a song and you could clap along. Generally speaking, our chunks of music are often cut into 2, 3, or most commonly 4 beats at a time. And those 4 beat groupings are called measures. All right. Now, on my music staff here, I've already drawn a few measure lines, and that's this line, and this line. So we've cut up this chunk of music as 4 beats, this is 4 beats, and this is 4 beats. Also, we have a thing called a time signature. The time signature is over here. In this case, it says 4, 4. So there's 1 4 on the top, another on the bottom. What that means is there's 4 beats per measure, which we just talked about. The bottom one means the quarter note gets the beat. Now, you don't know what a quarter note is yet if you just joined band, so let's talk about note lengths. When you listen to a song, not all the notes in the song are the same length. They're all different lengths, so we're going to learn 3 of them today. The first one is called a whole note. It looks like this. It's just a circle that's not filled in. Okay, and it's 4 beats long. So if I draw a whole note into my first measure here, like if I put a whole note right here, that's it. I can't put anything else in that measure because the whole note is 4 beats long and the measure is 4 beats. So I filled up the whole thing, that's it. The next kind of note that we're going to look at is called a half note. It looks like this. It's just like the whole note, but it's got a tail. Okay, little tail sticking off of it. Okay, half notes are 2 beats long. And I can therefore fit 2 of them in a measure. Why can I do that? Because there's 4 beats in a measure, 2 beats per half note, 4 divided by 2 is 2. So I could draw a measure that had 2 half notes in it, like that. Now, the last one is called a quarter note. Quarter notes look like this. They look just like a half note, but the head of the note is filled in. Okay, they're only 1 beat long, and that means that in a measure that has 4 beats, I can fit 4 quarter notes. So they'll look like this. Okay, so things we've just learned. We've learned time signature. The top one is the number of beats in a measure. It can change. I could put a 3 here, and then there'd only be 3 beats or 2 beats or whatever in the measure. That's what the top number is. The bottom one is what kind of note gets 1 beat. And you have to think of it like the bottom half of a fraction. So the bottom number is a 4, like 1 over 4, which is a quarter. Therefore, quarter notes get the beat. Hopefully that makes sense. So here we have some music I've just written out, and we can actually perform this music now rhythmically. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to say out loud all the beats. So we're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Counting to 4 because there are 4 beats in a measure. And we're going to clap on whichever beats have a note on them. So this is pretty straightforward. So we have a whole note here. I'm going to clap on beat 1 because that's when the whole note starts. Specifically, we're going to clap at the beginning of the note, not throughout the whole thing. So clapping on beat 1. Here we have a half note. It takes the first 2 beats, so this will be 1, clapping on 1, and then it also takes up beat 2 because it's 2 beats long. This half note is 3, 4, so I'll clap on 3. And then over here, I'm clapping 1, 2, 3, 4. All together, it looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm going to do that again as with body percussion so I can point at the notes while I'm going. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, as rhythms get more complex, you're going to need to be able to write your rhythms onto your music so that you can sort out what the rhythm is supposed to be. And we're going to look at the system for doing that right now. I insist on all the details that I'm about to teach you being actually things that you do, and we're going to talk about the whys as we go along. So, first of all, anytime you're starting a note, you're going to write that rhythm in a large number. So, for example, this one starts on beat 1. I'm going to put a big old number 1, like that. But also, we know that it's 4 beats long, so it also gets 2, 3, 4. I'm going to write 2, 3, 4 small and superscripted, like this. Because now at a glance, I can see that I clap on 1, and I hold out and don't clap anything, 2, 3, 4. Coming over here, this half note is on 1. We just learned that half notes are 2 beats long, so it also gets 2. 1, 2. This half note starts on 3, and it's also 2 beats long, so it also gets 4. 3, 4. That's 2 beats. Even though it starts on 3, it's 2 beats long. Okay. These quarter notes are on every beat, so they're all going to be large. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now look at my music, and you can actually see at a glance, I'm clapping on 1 right here, clapping on 1 here, on 3 here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go ahead and try that, counting and clapping that. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool.
Mr. Sant, do I actually have to learn how to do this?
Okay, let's talk about parrots. What is a parrot? A parrot is an animal that is pretty good at music and at talking and whatever, right? They can sing or whistle. You can teach them words. Here's the thing about a parrot. The parrot has no idea what it's doing. Not the faintest idea. It's just mimicking what it was told to do. It doesn't understand. If you put like a book in front of a parrot, it's not going to read it. It doesn't know what's going on.
Parrots are cool, but I'm smarter than a parrot. No, I don't know how to read it.
And that's the problem with a lot of people that are young musicians, is that they got by just copying, or the band director sung the rhythm at them, and they went, oh, that's how it sounds. And so then they played it, right? But they couldn't read the music off the page and play it for themselves. And we are going to beat that problem this year. You're going to do a lot of this counting and clapping stuff for me. We're going to beat that problem this year so that you can actually not be a parrot. No parrots in band or choir anymore, ever. No parrots.
Can I just write in the ones that the beats actually start on, or the notes actually start on, and not write the rest of this in?
No, Johnny, you cannot do that, because what happens is you don't actually know how much time is supposed to go by when you're trying to perform it. Okay, so we're going to do that as an example and show you why that doesn't work. Okay, so this is Johnny's music. He did not write in the extra beats. He just wrote in the beat that each one started on. 1, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. What do you think? We ignored the beats that it wasn't on, and was that okay? No, of course not. The rhythm was wrong. You can't prove that, right? And obviously our example is very simple right now, so you know that the rhythm is wrong, right? But if I gave you a complex rhythm, something that you really had to work at, and you don't fill in all those extra beats, your rhythm can be all over the place. It can be not even close to the right rhythm. So you have to put all the beats in there.
Do I have to count out loud? It's hard. I can't count and clap at the same time. I'm just gonna clap it. It'll work. I'm just gonna like say it. Da 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 da.
Prove that he's right or wrong. You can't, right? You might know that he was wrong just because that was not what's up on the board here. But you can't prove it, right? So counting out loud with every single rhythm that you're going to do, and you got to say all the beats, and clapping whichever ones you're going to try to perform. Those are the keys. Mr. Sant, I already know how to read rhythm, so I'm not going to do this lesson. You are not special, Johnny. I'm sorry, but you're just not special. Like, that's not how this works. We're all going to do this thing. You know, I'm up here doing it because what you're doing is you're learning how I want you to do things right now. And then when things get more complex, you'll be able to. Because if we wait till it's complex and then you're like, oh, wait, I've never done this before, you're going to mess up the system. Okay, so just do it right now. I know that the music is simple.